Get ready for your family's summer adventure with Curry Honda in Chicopee. Hi, it's Cassie, and we want you to hit the road in the all-new 2026 Honda Passport, built for rugged trails and packed with style. Available in vibrant colors to match your vibe. Or pack everyone up in the new Honda Odyssey, the ultimate family minivan with a spacious interior, rear seat entertainment, and cabin watch to keep your kids in check. Come get your dream ride at Curry Honda in Chicopee on Memorial Drive or online at curryhondamass.com.
Simply the best.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's just about 5:52 and Foghat with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 30. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 27. It is 3 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
You know, we talked yesterday about John Bon Jovi introducing the New England Patriots at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Do you know why, though?
He's very good friends with Mr. Kraft.
Well, his connection to the team dates back to former coach Bill Belichick's time with the New York Giants. Bon Jovi has been a regular presence at Patriots games, and his song Livin' on a Prayer is played during pivotal moments. He's not a Giants fan?
No, and
he lived like 20 minutes from East Rutherford.
That may be true, but you know he also lived here in East Longmeadow, and we get the French toast at Ramito's.
So then, by all accounts, he should be a Springfield Thunderbirds fan, too.
Well, you can be both.
Falcons back then, but
you
know.
can be a hockey fan,
yeah,
and you can be a Patriots fan. You can split your loyalties.
All right. Other music stars like Charlie Puth and Brandi Carlile will also perform at the pregame ceremonies. Brandi Carlile was that Heaven Is a Place on Earth?
No, Steve. You're thinking of Belinda Carlisle.
Are they related?
No.
Really?
Different Carlisles.
What about Brandy? I hear she's a fine girl.
What a fine girl she would be.
A good wife she would be. That's what she would be.
Yes.
I'm just trying to make the connections of the Hollywood elite.
I see you drawing the parallel, Steve. You don't have to tell me.
Let's see. Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas recently shared the intense circumstances surrounding the birth of his daughter, Malti, who arrived earlier than expected at just 0.45 kilograms. I don't know what that is to pounds, but it sounds very small. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Jonas and Priyanka Chopra Jonas took shifts at the hospital for 3.5 months while Malti fought for survival after receiving 6 blood transfusions. She steadily improved and was able to go home. Today, she's doing great, and Jonas reflects on the journey as a gift. Chopra Jonas also shared her account of Malti's early arrival in a recent interview with British Vogue.
Isn't it wonderful that we can sit here and have like a uplifting, positive Jonas Brothers stories?
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, don't you want to?
I don't need any negativity about the Jonas Brothers. Unless you have a bonus, Jonas, you want to share with us.
You have a bonus, Jonas?
I don't. But if you do, I'm all ears.
I don't have a bonus for Jonas. Yeah, it would be nice every once in a while to have a bonus for Jonas, but we're not all that lucky, Bax.
Not today. Maybe someday, Steve.
President Trump has directed all federal law enforcement to assist in the search for Nancy Guthrie, an 84-year-old woman who went missing from her home in Pima County, Arizona. The sheriff's department believes she may have been taken against her will in a crime that may have occurred at her home. Guthrie's daughter, Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, released a video pleading for her mother's safe return and addressing reports of a ransom note. Trump released a statement on Truth Social promising to deploy all resources to bring Guthrie home safely. Anyone with information on Guthrie's whereabouts is urged to contact authorities.
All Washington, D.C. cafeteria workers will be on this case.
Well, I mean...
no stone will go unturned.
No biscuit will go unbuttered with the cafeteria workers.
That's exactly what my point is. About time we get the entire country on this.
The whole thing is strange. And can you imagine being the person, like, That would be horrible to have to report on a huge abduction case that is your own family.
To be not just to report on it, but to be like a public figure.
Yeah.
Who works on television every single day while this whole mess is going on in your life. That's not simple to do.
Actor-director Kristen Stewart has purchased the Highland Theater in the Highland Park neighborhood of Los Angeles to help save struggling movie theaters in the area. The historic theater, which closed in 2024, is known for its early 20th century palace architecture and served as a venue for movie and live performances. One of the problems with these small movie theaters, what Agawam deals with, is the amount of money it costs in order to get first-run films shown in your theater.
Oh, yeah.
They got to pay for that. And you got to try to make up the money in ticket sales. Now, the bigger corporations like the Regals and the, what's the other one? Cinemark and all that stuff, it's all a corporation, so...
But in a case like this, I may be wrong about the kind of theater we're talking about, but it sounds like this is one of those big, majestic, beautiful theaters like
the Hippodrome.
The Hippodrome used to be,
yeah.
Or the Calvin Theater. I mean, it's one thing to spend the money on first-run films, but it's also another thing to keep the architectural beauty of your building up to date and maintained. That's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of cash. Am I crazy, or is that a lot of cash?
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah, so
that's why it's $50 for a bucket of popcorn.
Well,
at those theaters,
but it's good. You can't recreate that popcorn anywhere. You really can't. There's something about that movie theater. It must be the exorbitant price of popcorn.
It's the non-butter butter that they use.
What's it like? It's something like it's like 75 cents worth of popcorn raw. But you're paying like $13 for a bucket.
For the hot air that heats it up.
I got to hand it to them. They did a good job doing it. I missed the $4 theater. Remember the $4 theater over on Breckwood Boulevard?
Yeah, I do.
By Sophia's and
by Winnick?
Yeah, Winnick.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
That was a good deal. You'd have to wait a few months, but then you could go and see the movies that were new 4 or 5 months ago. Now $4.
Yeah.
And even the concessions, everything was $4. $4 milk duds, $4 popcorn, $4 sodas.
Now all those Western New England students got to find other ways to occupy their time.
Well, I'm sure they can do that.
Studying or something stupid like that.
Or they can just go drink shots like we used to do. Why can't they do it the old-fashioned way?
I'm sure they figured it out.
Kim Kardashian nearly choked on a king-size meatball.
Really?
The other day, and had to get the Heimlich maneuver.
She must have had something to say.
Oh my God! The last time I had anything that big and round in my mouth, Ray J was polishing his disco mushroom before glazing me like a Cinnabon in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. It's the smell of the Cinnabon.
Yeah, it's intoxicating.
Gets you every time.
Caitlin?
Well, I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once parked a pork torpedo in the hammock so deep it needed a Sherpa to find daylight. I was swinging my tuna tenderizer at those roast beef curtains like Otani trying to park a high heater in the cheap seats.
What are you trying to say?
Which he may or may not have fixed in gambling.
Of course. What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is after holding back for a week, I unloaded so hard her lap looked like a manatee giving birth in a tub full of tapioca. It's the visual.
Think about it.
Think about. Your mother. And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
This RV Camping and Outdoor Show.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Let's assume for a moment that the Patriots are able to win the Super Bowl this Sunday by decisively beating the Seattle Seahawks into submission. And let's assume they do it in a fashion so as to shut up every negative jackass and supposed expert who's currently predicting that the Patriots don't have a snowball's chance in hell of doing such a thing. Sure has been a while since the Patriots are Super Bowl underdogs. In fact, it's only happened 2 other times in the last 20 years. The first time, they were 14.5-point underdogs to the Rams in Super Bowl 36. They were also 1-point underdogs when they played Seattle 11 years ago in Super Bowl 49. And what happened in both those games? In both situations, they won the Super Bowl. Yesterday, ESPN published a list of NFL commentators, analysts, writers, and pundits to make their predictions for Sunday. Of the 57 people that were surveyed, 47 of them picked Seattle to win. 10 of them picked the Patriots. Now, I should point out that at least 2 of those 10 people included former Patriots player Jason McCourty and Teddy Bruschi. The other 47 people were not. And yet, the overwhelming consensus is that the Patriots will not win. However, if they do, then Mike Vrabel will have done what no other head coach has ever done in the NFL. Turn a losing team into a Super Bowl champion after just one season on the job. Granted, there have been 4 other guys who won Super Bowl titles in their first year, but none of those guys inherited a team that was crap the year before. So what am I trying to say? I'm not sure, other than the fact that it is possible that ESPN has 47 idiots on the payroll. Because at 4.5-point underdogs, I'm not yet ready to write any eulogies or count the Patriots out just yet, since it only takes one Malcolm Butler interception to prove how stupid some of these experts can be. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, here's something you might not know. This year is Rocky's 100th anniversary. That's right. Family-owned business that's continued to give you a full century's worth of good people, rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:14. And Blue Oyster Cult with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 30. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 27. It is a beautiful 3 degrees in downtown Springfield. By the way, Saturday into Sunday, it's going to be like -6. So it's going to be very, very cold.
Yeah.
I saw the boss do a video yesterday, and I actually can't wait to talk to him about smoking meat in like sub-zero temperatures. And he wanted to know, is it even worth doing an overnight thing? And I would be like, I've done it before. You just got to adjust the time because there's a lot of it's basically 5 to 25% longer.
Sure.
that you would smoke something because of the taking into account the temperature.
I happen to know for a fact, Steve, that there are certain people in this world that because of the temperatures in the wintertime do not smoke or roast meat outside. They instead will roast like an entire pig over their bathtub.
Yeah. Well, you could do that. Brad Delp tried it once.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't work out for him that well.
It wasn't successful, and dinner was ruined.
Yeah.
For many different reasons. One, Brad didn't finish cooking, and then 2, everything got burned after he stopped cooking. And
then you're running the risk of salmonella trying to serve that raw pig to everybody.
Well, that's it. And there's also a fire hazard for smoking meats in your bathtub. I don't know if people were aware of this, but it is possible that you could burn your entire apartment building down.
Yeah, but isn't that we're talking to Bill Fletcher over there at Fletcher's? Isn't that like how he started out his barbecue days, like back in the dorms of
I don't know
Meet YU or wherever he went to school, and he had that bathtub. It's like bathtub gin.
Yeah,
it's like bathtub ribs.
And
the ribs are so good. You're like, I can't. There's a lot of overhead in this thing. I'm gonna have to wind up getting a real shop now.
You're gonna find this hard to imagine. I was actually having a conversation about this very thing recently about people who will roast meat in their bathtub, and all I can think of is, can you imagine you're roasting a ham or like a full size suckling pig in the tub, okay? And you got the fire going, and it's roasting, and it's on a spit, and you're cranking the handle. At the same time, you're doing your business on the toilet.
Well, this is why you need you can't keep doing that. It's unsanitary.
This is why you should never do it unless you have a 2-bathroom apartment.
Well, what about that time I had put that garbage disposal in my shower, and I was making the salad while I was showering? There's an episode for everything.
There is an episode for everything, but yeah, I mean, you barbecuing outside in frigid temperatures does require a little bit of consideration. That's why you always have like an instant read thermometer.
Yeah, well,
you always.
But
have
now
that.
they got I got the Bluetooth one. They're cheap. They're like $20. You can just stick it in there, and then the thing it'll tell your phone, hey, it's going to reach temperature at this point. You just have to adjust if you want to eat like at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
You got to go back maybe an hour and a half more from when you started to be ready for the 3:00, because otherwise you're going to be. Well, I mean, if it's not ready for the Puppy Bowl, then I don't want it.
I know you're a big fan of the Puppy Bowl, and you've watched it, year after year, probably with more enthusiasm than the actual Super Bowl itself. I can watch the Puppy Bowl, but I don't find it to be particularly competitive.
You don't think so?
No.
You never seen a golden retriever kick the Shih Tzu out of another puppy?
I have, and not necessarily on a football field, but I mean, I don't find that to be, as compelling as the Super Bowl.
So yeah, you really you have to adjust the time and how long you're going to do it if you're going to do it in these cold temperatures. This is why I don't like to do that. First of all, there's enough snow in my backyard that I can't even reach the location of the place where the smoker is being stored right now.
You shouldn't have to slap snowshoes on your feet in order to grill.
Yeah. I think his backyard's a little more accessible to him than mine is to mine where I store mine. So there ain't no way I'm going out there pulling out the thing.
No. Have easy. Make it, you know what? I mean, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Make it easy on yourself. So many people, do so many complicated things. But really, if you're watching a game and don't you kind of want just like the simple stuff?
I'm doing
some wings, some dips, some chips.
I'm doing what you suggested. I'm going to get Chinese food. It's probably the easiest thing to do. You have all the appetizers. You get a poo-poo platter for two, and boom, you're good for the whole game.
That's I was actually thinking of the poo-poo for two.
Yeah. Well, have you ever had a poo-poo for three?
I have.
All right.
And you wind up getting quite a lot out of the poo-poo for three.
Yes, you do. You got to get extra napkins for that one.
But the poo-poo for deuce is is a good option.
Yes, because eventually it'll recreate itself that way when it comes out Monday.
Yes.
Or maybe even Tuesday, depending on what you put down your gully.
Isn't that what they mean by like food being sustainable?
I think yes, exactly.
I think I'm being earth friendly.
Yeah, I'm on board with your Chinese food choice. I think that's a great idea.
You're bored with it?
I'm on board with.
Oh, you're on board with it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm bored by your Chinese food.
I mean, how can you be bored with the Chinese food?
You call this a chicken finger? And by the way, that's only a New England thing. The golden fingers. You can't. You don't really have those other locations. What they do is they'll call it like the sweet and sour chicken, or whatever. That's kind of what it's like in other regions of the country.
I'm going to stun you with some information that you're not even going to believe. A lot of the things that you'll find on a menu in a Chinese restaurant are not actually served in China.
Well. Technically, no. It's the base meals. So they will eat like a lo mein, but it's not dipped in a giant vat of grease. It's
right.
It's actually much more freshly made.
But
when
Americans
you're making authentic Chinese food.
But Americans have a high volume need for additional grease in their lo mein.
Was it last year I made the mistake of going to that Chinese buffet. What's the one in West Springfield? That's not Foodie Goody. What's that one? Nipple Grill, I call it. Nippon,
yeah. I haven't been there.
Well, first of all, you're not missing anything. And second, I ate I didn't eat a lot. Like I don't eat as much as I used to anyway. This is why I don't bother with like buffets and things. It's kind of a waste of money.
Sure.
But I had some fried chicken fingers and some beef with mushroom, and you could it's like biting into MSG. Like you can bite into the psychedelic dreams you're going to have later on that night.
Yeah, but I mean, I've heard it said that MSG stands for make stuff good.
Yeah. Well, the problem also with the MSG is I was like a bear in hibernation after that. Like the only thing I wanted to do was go home and sleep it off because and I did. I slept for like 12 hours that particular afternoon into the evening.
Yeah, actually, I don't find that to be a negative. I actually think that would be terrific. If I knew I could get a full night's sleep, a restful night's sleep, I'd be eating MSG by the handful.
Yeah, I think my habits are changing as I age.
Oh no, you wait.
Oh, I can't wait to get that Metamucil going.
Oh, you're gonna love all the things that no longer happen with the same strength that they used to.
I can't wait. Well, there you go. Fire up your smoker is really the whole point of this whole conversation.
And if it's too cold outside, bring it into the bathtub. Mm-hmm. It's 6:23 on Rock 102. 26 of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam has the full forecast for you.
Let's see here. Hey, the Springfield Camping and Outdoor Show is coming to the Big E, February 13th to the 16th. That's not this weekend, but the following weekend. And Rock 102 wants to hook you up with tickets, whether you're looking for a new RV or shopping for camping accessories or what have you, even scoping out new campgrounds. Their show has something for everybody. Go to rock102.com before the end of the day on February 8th for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right.
Okay.
Are you ready to laugh?
I am.
Then let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
This was emailed to me because apparently yesterday's joke was
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right. You ready?
Yes.
3 couples want to join a cult. There's an older couple, a middle-aged couple, and some newlyweds. They meet with the leader, and he says, in order to join, you got to go without sex for a month.
A month?
Yeah. They all come back in a month to meet him. The older couple goes in and says, how did you do? They said they were old. They really don't have sex anyway, so they went without. Great welcome to the cult, he says. Middle-aged couple goes in. He asks the same question. They say they only have sex 2 or 3 times a month, so it's no big deal. We went without.
Okay.
Right? Great. Welcome to the cult. The newlyweds go in, and he asks them the same question. They say they're newlyweds, and they have sex a lot. They went almost the whole month without it, and then the last day she was bending over the freezer to get something, and he couldn't control himself, and he did it right there, and the lady goes, well, I'm sorry. You're not allowed in the cult. And the guy goes, that's okay. We're not allowed in the Stop and Shop anymore anyway. You see, it's funny because you thought that it was their kitchen.
Yeah, but it was at the Stop and Shop.
It was actually in the grocery store freezer section.
That's hilarious.
That's what makes the joke funny, Bax, because you weren't expecting that to be.
It was a total switcheroo. I had no idea that was coming.
I like explaining these things. These are very fun.
It's the best part. 6:30 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Technicians get up to a $5,000 sign-on bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Police arrested a suspect following a shot spotter activation in Holyoke, and 2 men later arrived at the hospital with gunshot wounds. I would think those 2 incidents are, connected.
Way to go, Sherlock Holmes. I think you're onto something.
The Holyoke Police Department told 22 News that around 10 p.m. on Tuesday, officers were sent to the area of Northeast Street for a shot spotter activation. When officers arrived, they found evidence and arrested 1 suspect after a chase on foot. The suspect was charged with trespassing, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. The suspect's name has not yet been released due to the ongoing investigation. 2 men with gunshot wounds were dropped off at a local hospital with injuries. The victims did not disclose the location of the shooting. The Holyoke Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating at this time. 3 teenagers were arrested in Chicopee on Tuesday afternoon in connection with a stolen vehicle. The Chicopee Police stated at approximately 3:10 p.m. on Tuesday, officers were alerted to a stolen vehicle entering the city in the area of East Street and Carew Street. The car was observed traveling north on East Street and approaching the intersection of East Main Street. The driver of the stolen vehicle, upon crossing the Davitt Bridge, realized he was being followed by an unmarked police cruiser and quickly changed lanes, turning onto Montgomery Street. The cruiser had not yet activated its blue lights to prevent the vehicle from fleeing before additional officers arrived. The vehicle then took an abrupt turn onto Jennings Street, then onto Memorial Drive, where it became stuck in traffic at the Sheridan Street intersection. Can you imagine that?
Oh, man.
You know, for once, Chicopee traffic actually means something here. This guy... Those citizens should be applauded.
You know, I've never been in a getaway situation, but if I had to face traffic every day, every time I tried to get away from a crime scene, I'd almost give up crime altogether.
That would just be my luck. I'm going to get away from you coppers, and then you turn the corner and boom, you're in
You're stuck in traffic.
You're at the McKinstry Street intersection.
Oh, Jesus, you'll never get out of there.
Well, that's a weird intersection too. With you got the BJ's entrance there, then you got the Sunoco station, and you got the Walgreens, or I don't know if it's still a Walgreens.
Everyone's trying to get one way or another.
Yeah,
it's absolutely.
You got the other side with a gas station.
Yeah, can you imagine you're like a robbed a bank or something?
Yeah,
that's the intersection. Oh my God. Forget about it, please.
We gotta, we should come up with a criminal shortcuts.
Yeah, you know what? Like a good mapping system, like a GPS app that helps you in the getaway scenes.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
We could charge a monthly fee and probably profit off of this.
Another subscription.
Yeah, right. Even if it's just like a $3.99, that's totally worth it.
I mean, there's no radio stations that do traffic around here anymore, do they? I think I've heard a traffic report on one of those other stations, and I'm like, where are they getting this information from? I think that if you just say, oh, yeah, depending on what time of day it is, you're like, oh, yeah, 291's getting backed up.
Yeah.
No kidding. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It happens every day.
Oh, it's really backed up on the system today.
Well, but, I mean, you could say that at any given afternoon, like 5 o'clock. You're like, traffic, the 291 interchange on 91 South, that's getting backed up. It happens all the time.
Like anyone's listening to that and saying, again?
Yeah. It's like
don't say.
It's like those fortune cookies you get that tell you truths, like you will change your oil within 3,000 miles of receiving this. You're going to get in a traffic jam at about 5 o'clock on I-91 South at the 291 interchange. 3 things in life that are inevitable. Death, taxes, and the backup at the 291-91 interchange on I-91 South at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
You're absolutely right.
Anyway, the driver accelerated, attempting to split traffic and hit 4 stopped vehicles at a red light. 3 suspects, the driver and 2 passengers, exited the vehicle and began to run away on foot. After a brief chase, officers were able to locate and detain the suspects. Following an investigation, it was discovered the driver had tried to hide a firearm in the snow as he attempted to jump over a fence while running away. The firearm's serial number had been removed, and it had an extended magazine with 15 rounds of ammunition. Boys Life? Field and Stream? I always ask what kind of magazine it was.
Yeah.
Not too many people are into magazines anymore.
Not really, no.
The driver, a 17-year-old boy from Springfield, is charged with a slew of charges, and an 18-year-old Lionel Alcina of Springfield is charged with receiving a stolen motor vehicle, and a 17-year-old boy from Springfield was also charged with receiving a stolen motor vehicle.
Just a bad plan.
And then they're going to bed without any supper tonight.
They deserve that.
Massachusetts residents may soon see relief from persistent freezing temperatures as weather patterns are expected to shift during the second half of February.
It's called the coming of spring.
The recent cold spell has seen daily highs struggle to rise above freezing, with overnight lows frequently dropping into single digits or negatives. This weather, which some residents have nicknamed Alaskachusetts is the result of a weakened jet stream that makes the region more susceptible to Arctic air. Joseph Della Carpini, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service, because they couldn't find anyone local.
They couldn't find another a local peenie?
A local peenie, not a Della Carpini. No, we want a local peenie. Do we have a local peenie?
We got a real big one.
Explained that the jet stream acts as a conveyor belt for weather systems and temperature. When the jet stream weakens, it allows Arctic air to travel into the United States, reaching as far south as Miami. Della Carpini compared the movement of the jet stream to a jump rope. That tends to get more, I would say, wavy, almost like you kind of flip and jump rope. You know what I'm saying?
Who is that?
That's Della Carpini.
Oh.
You never heard of Della Carpini talk?
No. I have not heard him talk.
Whenever we get these big dips in the jet stream, that's a piece of the polar vortex. It sounds like Vic DeBattio, the milk and bread guy. So it's a piece of very cold Arctic air. This has obviously been very persistent this winter for several weeks. Hey! Oh!
Hey!
I got a jet stream for you right here. You don't cross the Della Carpinis, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, so then they go on to explain how freaking cold it's going to be at least until Valentine's Day weekend, which is only a week and a half away, so it's not that bad. But then they'll
be telling you, hey, prepare yourself because warmer weather is coming in April and May.
Does that usually happen?
Huh?
Does that usually happen?
Almost every year.
You know what it is, though? I hate getting, when you get to that point where you could see a giant snowstorm right in the middle of April, and then all the trees are defrosting, so then we get power outages and all that other good stuff. I don't really want that to happen either.
I remember the great
21st night of September.
I remember that too, but I also remember the great Tom Bavacqua saying that until you get to that first week in May, you're not completely out of the woods. You get to like May 5th, you're not going to see any snow unless it's an absolute, total aberration. But other than that, you're never fully safe from a dumping of snow.
Was that a 3 martini forecast that he would have at the Sheraton before the newscast?
Actually, I believe at the time he had not yet started.
I believe it went like this. Scott Cohen was like Tom Bavacqua's Saint Bernard with the gin around his neck.
Little barrel.
Yeah.
A small barrel on his neck.
They could just set up anywhere, and Scott Cohen would be like that Saint Bernard in the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he actually has a martini glass on him and shakes it in a shaker and then shakes and makes the martini and then doesn't give it to the recipient who's cold, but then proceeds to drink the martini himself.
And then runs away.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's...
I can see that.
Yeah, I can totally see that happening. There's no update to it. They're still trying to find out who wrote that racist letter to the garage up at Gill's Auto Repair and Performance in Belchertown.
Right.
I think the story just finally got to 22 News, and I think that's why they're reporting on it. But there's been no other information about, who they think it might be, who did something like that. You got to be a real, scumbag. This is going beyond the Facebook.
Yeah, this is true jackhole behavior. It's like, you read that note and you're thinking, who the hell would do this?
Somebody who's got a lot of time on their hands.
And a lot of hatred inside of them. A ton of hatred inside of them. I don't get it. I simply don't get it.
A growing online debate is reigniting an old question among movie fans. Has going to the movies become unbearable? I don't think
it's unbearable. I just think it's pricey.
Across social media, they're talking about disruptive behavior is what they're really getting at.
Yeah.
Moviegoers are venting frustrations about disruptive behavior inside theaters, from phone scrolling and loud conversations to people recording scenes and treating screenings like living rooms. The complaints have intensified as major releases draw packed crowds, including blockbuster franchises and highly anticipated sequels. Fans say the experience they once considered sacred now feels chaotic. It's not just talking anymore. People are texting, FaceTiming, singing, and reacting like they're at home. Well, isn't that kind of on the shoulders of the movie house to have somebody go in and tell them, get out?
Yeah, when have you seen an actual usher?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's their responsibility to kick those people out. If there's nobody enforcing those rules that you have put up on the screen.
The way it is now is you don't really have anybody in the theater until the movie's over.
Yeah.
No one polices that. And, when the little warning after all the trailers, like, please, turn your cell phone off.
Yeah.
Who's enforcing it? You're not doing anything to enforce it. It's just a mere suggestion. Well, if you're the kind of person that can't take direction very well, you're not going to pay attention to that. And by the way, if you have to be on the cell phone, go in the back row.
I'm surprised at how many people talk during a comedy show.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense. You have invested at least $20, depending on what night of the week you're going.
Possibly more.
But if you spend $30 to $40 on a ticket to go see a show, wouldn't you want to see the show versus talk amongst friends? And if you wanted to talk amongst friends, why don't just go to a bar and do that instead? And then you're not wasting the money on the ticket to go see a comedy show. A lot of clubs have security. Like they'll have people that will remove you if you are being a disruption. And there are code words that the comedian knows to signal security.
Like tippy toe or lemon tree.
No. It's like, hey, can I get a round of Diet Pepsis over here for my friends? That signals that the security guard should be walking over to the table and telling him, hey, shh, STFU.
The thing I don't understand is you're paying to see a performance.
Yeah.
So, if you were going to, a play on Broadway, or if you're going to, any number of things, that's not the place or the time for conversation while someone is trying to perform and concentrate on a performance. You should be there, engaged in the performance by shutting the hell up and paying attention. It's very simple. But yet there are some people that feel that either their conversation is so important that they not only have to express themselves, but they have to bother the people they're with and the people that are around them from being able to completely focus on the performance. It's like terribly ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a whole lot of respect for the comedy heckler. I don't think some people realize how aggravating and annoying that is, not just for the comedian, but for every single person watching that show.
Well, I mean, sometimes it works. Like if you're talking about a topic and somebody agrees, or then you can kind of feed off that audience member.
But I wouldn't encourage that. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that should not be an encouraged action.
No,
you
but
should be saying, "Will you shut up? I'm busy here."
No, but if I ask a question on stage and somebody says and somebody responds, then now that has opened the door at least for a small conversation, hopefully funny, about what you just interrupted, or not interrupted, but I asked you to interrupt.
If you're asking questions, then you are inviting it.
Yeah,
I would never ask a question.
No.
I would make demands.
But the people
and declarative statements
who get drunk and then they just start saying things like they don't realize they're being so loud.
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk about, give me a topic. I don't know.
French Revolution.
French Revolution. So you got this whole bit about the French Revolution.
And I bet it's killing too.
Oh yeah,
right.
The whole. Actually, Brian Plum has this whole bit about how much sex Ben Franklin used to get.
It's actually a great bit
with the haircut, like back in the day, that haircut.
Right.
He got so much action from just having that haircut and those bifocals. That was the hot thing.
Yeah.
This guy discovered electricity. How could he not want to be wanted by? It's a really funny bit. He does it way better than I can try to.
Well, you're paraphrasing it,
right?
Really,
he has actual jokes to go along with it. I don't even know where I was going with that. Where was I going with that?
I don't really know where you're going, but I applaud your effort and your recoil.
My recoil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you realize, hey, where am I going with this? And like, whoa, hey, settle down there. buddy.
But like somebody yells out the top, like they'll just yell out something. Yeah, I'm sorry, and then you have to like stop. You're like, what did you say, sir? And then they'll say something about, whatever the top of the French Revolution, and you're like, okay, well, that wasn't. You're interrupting now the flow of the punchline because you had to speak out loud because you think you're in your own house at this point because you've had too many Jaeger bombs.
Right. Now, think of it this way. If you were involved in the French Revolution, would you try to interrupt it with your bold comments in the middle of it, interrupting battles and say like peace treaties? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't heckle. You wouldn't heckle people at the peace table, would you?
No, depends.
No, you let the negotiations go on. And you shut up until it's your turn.
Again, it depends on how many drinks you've had. That usually determines the level of heckling.
You know the French.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 29. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 27. It is 3 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. All right.
It's 6:50 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
I just gave you the forecast. It's going to be cold.
This week in Baxi's musical podcast, my guest has been author Gina Waggett, the author of a book called Scatman John, the remarkable story of the world's unlikeliest pop star. It's a hell of a story about John Larkin, who suffered with a debilitating stutter through his entire life and had all kinds of other issues. But he wound up recording and releasing a major international hit called The Scatman. Great stuff, an amazing story, and that is available right now wherever you find podcasts. Next week, my guest is former Rhino Records executive and co-founder Harold Bronson. Really interesting guy who has been like at the forefront of reissues and box sets and all this other great stuff. We talked to him on that'll be available on Monday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the Rock 102 app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
I'm reading this article here on Mass Live about title is Mass High Court hears argument on Springfield OUI arrest. Right. Calling body-worn camera use into question. The state's highest court heard arguments Wednesday focused on a 2024 drunken driving arrest that has raised questions about the use of body-worn cameras at sobriety checkpoints. The SJC justices plucked the case for its own review before the matter was heard by the State Court of Appeals, a relatively uncommon occurrence. The case has drifted into the area of the law that is relatively untested, according to lawyers. The one thing the justices are really going to clarify is how the wiretap statute applies to body-worn camera footage. That's according to Kyle D'Souza, an appellate lawyer for the driver involved. The case focuses on the arrest of Scott Grimaldi after he was ensnared in a sobriety checkpoint on Page Boulevard in Springfield around 11:30 p.m. on March 14th of 2024. A Mass State Police greeter directed Grimaldi to the wee pit,
The OUI pit.
after observing that Grimaldi had glassy eyes and smelled like alcohol. That's like a Walmart greeter. Excuse me, sir. Can I see your receipt?
Welcome to Page Boulevard. Pull over, please.
Grimaldi's interactions with troopers was also captured on body-worn camera footage. However, a trial attorney for the defendant moved to suppress the video, arguing Grimaldi was unaware he was being recorded. Springfield District Court Judge Robert Santinella on February 10th of 2025 ruled that the practice ran afoul of the state's wiretapping laws and threw out the evidence. The judge said he regarded the footage as secret recordings. Santinella noted Grimaldi and others arrested at the checkpoint were met by glaring floodlights, a loud nearby truck, and about a dozen troopers. As perceived by a reasonable person in the defendant's position, the scene was intense and intimidating, as Santinella wrote in his ruling, adding that he believed Grimaldi was unaware he was being recorded. Prosecutors countered that there were obvious signs people diverted to the pit were being recorded and appealed Santinella's ruling. Enter the SJC, the court that decides the matters of law. D'Souza said the key issue for the court is to clarify how body-worn camera footage intercepts with the state's wiretapping laws, which prohibit one-party secret recordings. But I thought the wiretapping thing was only if you're in a private situation, as opposed to you're in a public space on the side of the road, you're being interviewed by somebody. I also thought that they had to say out loud,
You're being recorded.
by the way, my name's Trooper whatever, here's you're on body cam, because anytime that I've spoken with somebody
Whenever you've been pulled over.
Well, I seriously, when you get pulled over, they were telling you, hey, by the way, we're recording this as far as an interaction goes, and I don't have a problem with that, because I mean, if you're
I don't believe you have the option of saying to a police officer, I don't want this to be recorded, please shut that off. I don't think you have that option. That's
what I'm getting at. I don't understand how they're distincting between what is a private conversation versus a conversation with a public official.
This is kind of like a bigger question, because a lot of states are like, you can take video of somebody, but you can't include audio.
So that's part of this whole thing too.
Right.
They also pointed out to the panel that body-worn cameras are new and evolving technology, which may be replaced with even more sophisticated policing tools in the future. An attorney for the Commonwealth argued there were clear indications that there were video recordings at play at the Springfield checkpoint, including signs and red lights emanating from cameras in the hands of troopers. How would he know the camera was audio recording? One justice asked prosecutor Curtis Frick. What the frick is going on here?
Right. Does he have a brother named Frack?
I believe he does. It's a reasonable inference.
Inference, yes.
Inference.
Okay, yes.
It's like a burning disco inference.
Burn, baby,
sure?
burn.
In terms of the sign alerting citizens of the cameras, there's also a question as to whether Grimaldi was able to see the sign or whether it was obstructed by a large tractor trailer on site. So then that's where you get into the semantics of, well, he didn't say he was recording me, and then there was a tractor trailer that said, that was blocking the view. I mean, there's all kinds of technicalities you can call people out on.
These kinds of lawsuits are not surprising to me, because, I mean, it is new technology, and there are going to be loopholes, which I have to believe, because of your constitutional rights, would be appropriate or not appropriate, depending on certain situations. But I mean, if you're being videoed on someone's Ring camera, you don't have any real say as to whether you're giving permission to be videoed on Ring camera or in a parking lot or anywhere else.
You're being recorded everywhere.
Well, that's kind of it. Yeah. So how do the courts make the full distinction about what violates someone's privacy? Is it audio alone in a situation that involves police, or is it anything else? Because I know that, we have a disclaimer here at the radio station that says, all calls may be recorded and may be used for later broadcast. It's not like we didn't warn you. So, I mean...
But does that include the calls that go to the front desk, or does that include only the calls that go to the request line?
I believe it's only the calls that go on the request line, which bothers the hell out of me, because I would love to play some of the great voicemails we've gotten over the years.
Especially the threatening ones.
Yeah, those are the ones that make me laugh.
So, they haven't made a ruling on this. They said it's going to take a few more months before they come to a conclusion. But, I mean...
This is the kind of lawsuit that opens up bigger lawsuits.
Well, I just don't understand. Obviously, you're being recorded when you get yourself in a situation like that. When you go back to the barracks, when they process you, you're completely being recorded there. When your actions and they mark all that stuff down. He dropped the phone while he was trying to make his one phone call, and he couldn't even. They use all that as evidence for their case. So I don't know how that's any different than the guy standing on the side of the road recording you. And maybe if you have to say it out loud, maybe, hey, you're being recorded, by the way.
I would think that, that would be like a standard practice, but it's not like you as someone who's being pulled over can opt out of that.
I want to know where the leaky balloon knot footage is.
Yeah, I don't know if there was ever actually footage of that.
Are you sure about that?
No, but I'm almost sure there is not. I mean, it can't be 100%. I mean, maybe there are some pictures on that phone. You never know.
All right, we got. We're going through the archives. We got Leaky Balloon Knots 5, 6, and 7.
I've put them on a directory on my desktop.
Ah, wow! Look, I have a whole folder dedicated to Leaky Balloon Knots.
It's 6:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, with the Olympic ceremonies about to begin tomorrow in Italy, you would think that organizers in Milan and Cortina would eventually have everything all figured out, right? Facilities ready to go, Olympic Village ready to rip, the ski slopes, the Zambonis, the skating rinks, the sledding surfaces, they'd all be ready for their various competitions to begin. After all, hosting the Olympics ain't cheap and everything's running on a deadline. Certainly everything's ready to go, right? Well, not so fast. You see, despite the opening ceremonies not happening yet, some competitions are already underway. For example, yesterday was the start of the mixed doubles curling competition. The matches were set, the curling stones were buffed and polished, the brooms were ready for rigorous sweeping. Everything was ready to go until the power went out 5 minutes into the competition. No lights, no power, no nothing. Now, I don't know how much you know about the rich tradition of Olympic curling, but from what I understand, darkness is often seen as a disruption to competitive play. Apparently, you have to see what you're aiming at. You also have to know where to sweep. Sweeping in an unlit facility means you could miss a spot, and that could potentially put you at a distinct disadvantage. Thankfully, this interruption was brief and power was restored after just a few minutes, but what if these sort of problems are not just isolated to curling? What if Milan and Cortina aren't really ready for this? Remember, these are the same folks that had to make adjustments to the Olympic hockey facilities after they failed to measure the rinks correctly. Not that I'm going to lose any sleep over this, I got my own problems to worry about, but if I'm in the middle of competing on an international scale, I'd like to know that everything is working correctly. Otherwise, I'd rather take a Nancy Kerrigan shot to the kneecaps instead. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, here's something you might not know. This year is Rocky's 100th anniversary. That's right, a family-owned business that's continued to give you a full century of good people, rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 7:12, and Eddie Money with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high at 29. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high at 27. This weekend, a low of -5 for Sunday morning. All right.
Wow.
And a high of 10.
You know, I forgot, was it yesterday? I think I went outside to, take the garbage out.
Yeah.
And I figured I'm only going to be out there for like a couple of seconds. So I'm not even going to bother putting on a coat. I'm in, I'm out. That's done. It was 21 degrees out, and it felt like it was 75. It was like, oh, this is nice. I can get used to this 21 degrees.
Is that what they call balmy? Is that how you would describe balmy?
I wouldn't say it was balmy.
What
I would
does
say
that
it was
mean
like
anyway? Balmy.
Balmy is like, it is an action word. But I also think that it has more to do with like sweating, like an arid type of environment.
Pleasantly warm is the definition.
Yeah. I mean, not uncomfortably warm, but but balmy.
You could say it was balmy. It was pleasantly warm yesterday.
I would say that at 21 degrees for the 5 seconds I was outside, it was comfortable. At 21, only because it has been so cold.
So damn. And again, anything above 5 feels like a heat wave. It's crazy.
I moved a box yesterday from my car to the new office yesterday. Actually, I moved 2 boxes, and it was very heavy because it was like books and stuff. Stuff I don't want to really bring home, but I thought I'd bring it over there anyway. So I brought it over there. I was actually sweating outdoors yesterday in a very cold day.
Sweating outdoors?
Sweating.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I didn't have like a parking space that was terribly close to the door, so I had to hoof it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, well, this is... I'm sweating in the very cold temperatures. Now, when I walk back out to my car, like, man, it's cold out here. But when I walked in there with a big box, I was like, I'm sweating. I need to go lie down or sit somewhere.
Yeah, that's called bad circulation.
Well, there's
there.
that too.
There's
Slightly out of shape.
I mean, you're a shape. You're in a shape.
Yeah, it's more geometric.
Right.
But then, like, say, fit.
Yeah. But
like
you get
fit shape.
You're the kind of guy that gets the meat sweats. You start eating a piece of meat and you start sweating like crazy.
Well, that's the truth.
Yeah. I've seen it happen before. To
the
best of us.
Oh, I get whipped up in a froth on a good meat day.
My dad, it used to happen to my dad all the time. We'd be at a restaurant. It was so gross. He'd be like just sweating profusely because of all the nicotine and alcohol that had ensconced in his body.
Right.
It would just pour out of his pores.
Well, because I don't think it's got anywhere else to go. He's got so much else in his system.
Yeah, you start eating, and your heart starts working overtime. That's when you know. You might want to change your habits. Sadly, he never came to that conclusion.
No, but you and I have both been in situations like that where we're sitting down eating a meal, and all of a sudden you're just like, you need a whole bunch more napkins, not for your mouth, but because you're sweating everywhere. I've been there.
Do you ever do that fat guy move where you're eating a burger and you get to like 3/4 of the way the burger and you can't possibly eat anymore, so you just take the bread off and eat the rest of the meat?
I do that a lot.
Stuff that down the gully.
Yes, I do that.
We are disgusting individuals.
We are, but that's just I think that's just a male-driven thing.
Speaking of disgusting, Dunkin' is hitting at its future by channeling the past. After Dunkin' shared a teaser during the Grammy Awards this past Sunday, the brand is alluding to what's coming next with a 1990s-themed pop-up on MIT's campus in Cambridge. Located just outside the Stratton Student Center, the pop-up houses Dunkin'-branded vintage merchandise from overalls and bomber jackets to hats, bags, and skateboards. All the merchandise was locally sourced from surrounding businesses, including Vivint Vintage, which has locations in Alston on Newbury Street in Boston, and Lynn Vintage Warehouse in Lynn. Everyone, not just MIT students, is welcome to browse the collection in person. The pop-up is Wednesday, February 4th, which is yesterday, through tomorrow, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Those who pick up clothing will get a $5 Dunkin' gift card as well.
Wow.
Oh, man, you're sweetening the deal on this.
How can you not participate in something like this?
Dunkin' will reveal more information in the new commercial that is set to air during the Super Bowl. Fans should also stay tuned for a chance to shot the collection online. I guess check it out, I guess. The brand's latest teaser sees actor and Massachusetts native Ben Affleck pitching a new Dunkin' concept to Jennifer Aniston, Matt LeBlanc, and Jason Alexander.
Okay.
What old is new? What cringe is good? What up is down? We're sitting on a gold mine here, Affleck says, while holding a VHS tape with the phrase Duncan written across the top of it, K-A-N.
I see.
Do you think maybe Dunkin' should focus less on commercial advertising for a Super Bowl and focus more on an actual product that's edible? And
I think when you have someone like a Ben Affleck willing to be your spokesman, you don't turn your back on a Ben Affleck. You take advantage of every inch of Ben Affleck.
I don't believe for a second Ben Affleck has ever really eaten anything from Dunkin' Donuts.
I find it hard to imagine that he hasn't. I mean, he's a Massachusetts native. I mean, if you've lived in Massachusetts for a majority of your life, of course you're going to Dunkin'.
I had a bagel the other day from Dunkin' Donuts because it was kind of the only option to eat. It was like eating one of them, the pirates used to eat, those sea crackers. Flour put together. It had no flavor to it.
Steve, I mean, you're very hard to please.
I don't think I'm that hard to please. I just, with all the millions of dollars these companies spend, how about focusing on a quality product? This is the same thing that's happening to Cracker Barrel.
Well, I disagree. I actually think that Dunkin' Donuts is nothing but
they're
quality
not paying
products
you to say
from
anything
top to bottom.
So
America runs on Dunkin'.
Yeah, they haven't paid
Price
us
of
in 3
participation
years.
may vary. It's a limited time offer.
Yeah, they haven't paid us in 3 years. I don't think.
Doesn't mean they won't again.
I don't think they ever will. But it's the same with these like the Cracker Barrels. It's like, get a quality product going. Like, stop focusing on let's redesign the restaurants and put all this money into infrastructure. How about food quality? And most of these chains have gone the way of the how cheap can we.
Well, that's kind of the problem with chains.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, I don't want to you name names because you're just not going to do that. But I remember a chain that started in Massachusetts, and the quality was not terrible. In fact, at the time when it was simply a Massachusetts-focused business, it was actually quite good. But the bigger you get, the more the economics of expansion take over. And then sometimes the only choice to be a thriving business is to make cuts in the quality of the food and service. Unfortunately, sometimes a lot of chains suffer from that. I mean, I have to believe that the very first Arby's was fantastic. Like someone had to say, this roast beef is so top-notch that I can see us expanding all across the world.
We kind of talked about that last week, about restaurants that had started that were really good when they were small.
Yeah.
Like a Texas Roadhouse or a Longhorn or an Outback Steakhouse. Remember those places were like, oh, man, we gotta go.
Yeah.
That was the popular places to go. And then all of a sudden, when they started changing their distributors and their suppliers and all that stuff, the food quality cheapens up. It's not as good as it used to be.
Well, I mean, I think like the Longhorn and Texas Roadhouse. I mean, they're still decent restaurants. They're
viable.
They haven't slipped to say like Ponderosa standards. Like Ponderosa. That's a steakhouse that fell right off the table. Right off.
I don't know. I just feel like, if you sell it off to like one of these BlackRock groups that owns a lot of these like chains, they could care less about the quality of the food. They're more concerned about how many people can we get in the door to buy this stuff. So they cheapen up the ingredients and then they dish it out.
Yeah.
And ugh.
Well, but they're not. I mean, but those restaurants are not meant for like your high-end, highfalutin customer. They're kind of like for everybody else.
But didn't they used to?
That can't afford to go to say like a Peter Luger's.
But didn't they used to be?
I don't know if they ever were. I think there's a part of me that is trying to recall. I don't think they were ever considered to be high-end. I think they were kind of more like a blue collar type of thing. I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure at Peter Luger's, you're not going to hear cowboy music, nor are they going to pull a saddle up to your table to sing happy birthday to you.
I mean, at least Duncan warns you when you walk in there. Springfield runs on Duncan. That's foreshadowing of what's going to happen.
I
it's
am
right
not
by the
gonna
bathrooms.
sit here
They put it by the bathrooms.
and listen to this.
But you don't have to because it's 7:23.
I'm not going to. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:29, and the Rolling Stones with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Liam, we'll have the full forecast for you.
Rock 102's got your big game hookup. Download the Rock 102 app, click on the banner, and boom. You are already ready to go to win maybe a $200 gift certificate to the Yard Tavern, a $100 gift certificate to the Tudor House Liquors, and a Ninja Woodfire outdoor grill and smoker, courtesy of Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL and Super Bowl 60. One winner chosen at random today. It's your chance to win the big game hookup from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Today is the day.
Today is that
the last day you can enter.
It's it. This is it. If you don't do it today, you're out. You're on the outs.
Real quick, I'm reading about this guy in North Carolina. Been charged with multiple felonies after he allegedly broke into a Little Caesars after it had closed and then began making and selling the pizzas.
And that's a crime?
Yeah, the rogue pizza maker, 41-year-old Jonathan Hackett, allegedly entered the shop while it was closed on Sunday and kept all the profits from his pizza sales himself. That's where he went wrong.
That's where it goes.
If you had at least paid for the materials that you were making. How many frozen pizzas can you make in an hour?
I don't know, but pocketing it yourself, that's where this whole plan falls apart.
And when I first started reading this, I'm like, how did this guy know how to fire up things? Because you would have to have a little knowledge. Every restaurant is different. And it turns out he's a reportedly former employee of the thing, and he may have gotten away with the crime. But police say he tried to break into a shop a second time and then was arrested. So he did it twice. He did get away with it the first time, but he got too greedy.
Yeah, because he must have made so much money.
But that's the slogan: pizza, pizza. It's not just pizza.
Yeah,
it's pizza, pizza.
And
so you got to go make it twice to make it nice.
Yeah, and when he goes to court to be convicted.
Well, go to jail.
Right.
Yeah, you never know.
We got news coming up next on Rock 102.
Here's your
7:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Technicians get up to a $5,000 sign-in bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
I know you alerted to me this off the air, but some devastating news. The Enfield Square Mall has been temporarily shut down while crews work to repair damage caused by a recent cold snap. I'm sorry, was there anything in that mall anyway?
Yes.
Other than the Target?
There was things in that mall. Isolation, loneliness,
Ghosts,
tumbleweeds, dust bunnies. Apparently there was a sign on the door that said, "Danger, unsafe building. This building is unsafe and its use or occupancy has been prohibited."
Yeah, the building department ordered the closure after contractors failed to complete weekend repairs on time. The problems stemmed from winter weather that damaged several systems inside the shopping center. Representatives said a sprinkler head burst, sprinkler, in an empty store space, which created the most pressing safety concern. Additionally, pipes froze.
Were they afraid that customers might slip?
Maybe, other than the slipping prices. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Additionally, pipes froze in the old movie theater area, which had been closed since 2023 anyway. That led to water damage. Mall officials had hoped to have everything fixed over the weekend, but the repair crew couldn't finish by Monday morning. That left building inspectors with no choice but to keep the doors closed until the issues are resolved.
I was out there last night having dinner at Figaro's, which, by the way, was fantastic, I have to say.
That place is solid.
It's real solid. Ernie does a great job. Anyway, my point is this.
Oh, look at you with name dropping. Oh, my buddy Ernie.
I'd say we're buddies. If you go, you know who Ernie is.
Puts a nice on chicken prawn. Hey, what'd you have last night? What'd you have for dinner?
I had some mussels that were unbelievable. Probably the best mussels I've had in years.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anyway, I'm driving into the mall parking lot and heading over to Figaro's, and I'm noticing there's nobody there. At least when Target is open, there's people going in and out of Target.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be where people are going everywhere around the mall because it's so loaded with options. And it was weird to see nobody, and I mean nobody at that mall. It was bizarre. And I didn't realize it was closed. I thought, did the Target go out of business? Nope. Just shut down temporarily.
So Target is closed too?
No, Target is still there, but...
Was it open?
No, I don't think anything was open.
So even the Target was affected by this mall?
I believe so.
Thing.
Yeah. It's weird.
Wow, that's going to be bad for business for Target.
You know what's even weirder? This I don't really understand. Okay, so, malls are closing all over the country. People aren't going to malls like they used to back, a million years ago. But a lot of those malls are being replaced by, plaza-style retail, like you had on Boston Road. When they knocked down the Eastfield Mall, it's not like they got rid of retail. You don't have to walk into a building to get to the retail. You go to each individual building or storefront. and yet there's people all over the place. You couldn't get anybody to go to the Eastfield Mall. Now you got people lined up to go to whatever's going in over there. The Target, the Hobby Lobby, the BJ's.
It is kind of strange how people will flock to a plaza that's open air.
Yeah.
Than they will flock to a mall where the store. And you would think that that would be more popular in a place like New England because of the extreme temperature changes that we have throughout the year. Now it's like, going to be -5 on Sunday.
Yeah.
That'd be a perfect time, to go shopping. Well, maybe not for the Super Bowl, but you know what I'm saying. Like on a typical day, you'd think more people would be going to a place to go shopping, but we don't do that. We wait until a plaza gets built, and then we have to go to the plaza.
Which I don't really understand. I mean, I understand, the internet has kind of killed, malls and a lot of, retail business, but the truth is, I mean, do people just not want to go inside a mall? Would they rather just go to, one store, get out as soon as they want because they got everything they need? Because people they've grown impatient. I don't know. I don't know what the rationale is, but Springfield Crossing's not doing so bad.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the like you were saying, it's like the convenience of it without having to walk inside of a facility. And waste your time going in an entrance to get to this place, to get to that place.
I got to Figaro's a little early. I could have gone into the mall if it were open and had something inside to go to.
Did you have a pregame appetizer, like maybe an Orange Julius? Or
I would have, or like a Mrs. Fields cookies or something.
Wetzel pretzel.
Yeah, right. But no, that was not an option. By the way, they had plenty of food and appetizers last night. It was quite good.
Yeah, I'm sure. Figaro, like I said, Figaro's is a solid place.
Real solid.
You can hold your events down there.
You could. Yes.
They had that Gianni Russo thing last week.
That's correct.
You had to sit down and talk about you're going to eat your gabagool and you're going to listen to me about how I murdered people. And everything in between.
Right.
Including the, what's those grape leaves with the rice inside of them? What are those things called?
They're called grape leaves with the rice inside of them.
No, there's a name for them. What are they?
Those are Greek, aren't they? Like the dolmades or...
Is that Greek?
I think that's Greek.
Well, there's a name for those. They got to find out. Grape leaves with rice. What are they called?
The stuffed grape leaves?
Dolmades?
I think so. Dolmas.
Maybe the dolma. I thought they were called something else.
Yeah, I always call them the grape leaves with the stuff inside of it.
Yeah, they sell them at, they got really good ones in a can at Trader Joe's. They're really good.
So you have like your bougie Trader Joe grape leaves one?
Well, I have never seen them sold anywhere else. Where have you seen them sold?
I've seen them sold at other places.
Where? Name 4 places.
There's the Big Y, the other Big Y,
sells them?
Big Y, and the Big Y.
The Big Y sells them?
Probably, if you look close enough.
Yeah.
If you went to Big Y and said to one of the baggers, hey, you've got nearly everything here. Bring me to your Greek section. And they probably would bring it right to you and say, well, there you go. Perfect. Grape leaves. I'll make this at home.
Mediterranean treat.
Delicious.
West Springfield Mayor Will Reichelt wants more consistent enforcement of sidewalk snow clearing after last week's snowstorm by proposing an ordinance that would expand enforcement beyond just the police department. Since the snowstorm a week and a half ago, residents across the area have been working to clear driveways and sidewalks. While most of West Springfield looked good Wednesday, Reichelt said there have been complaints and violations in scattered locations. We got a lot of snow, and with that, cleanup. DPW was moving snow back and forth, so there are issues that just happen generally after any storm, he said. The mayor said most residents have done their part, but some areas still need attention. Scattered residents here and there and a couple of businesses that haven't gotten around to it yet. We're just reminding them that we know it's been a lot of snow, but it's been over a week now, so we got to get that cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, only the West Springfield Police Department can enforce sidewalk clearing ordinances, including requiring residents to clean portions in front of their homes. A warning results in a $25 fine, while a second violation doubles that to $50. Last month, Reichelt submitted an ordinance to the town council that would allow additional departments like the local Department of Public Works to inspect and enforce sidewalk clearing requirements. I guess, yes. I guess, if it's a requirement that you clean your front. But I would also like to know, before you start issuing citations, what are the circumstances behind why this person didn't clear it off? I mean, are we talking like an elderly person that can't really lift snow?
I don't know.
Are we talking about, this is the kind of thing that sounds good on paper. Yeah, fine them. Well, okay, but fine them, but find out, is it just a matter of laziness or a matter of no equipment? I don't, you can't
I don't really know what the answer is. I think you're right. I mean, if you're elderly, you don't want to be going out. You don't want to be sending grandma out there to shovel your driveway. What are you, crazy?
Well,
what, are you out of your mind?
She asked me to borrow $10 for some food. So
I said, hey, why don't you bring my barbells up to the attic?
And why don't you go douse this, 15 inches of snow we got.
Yeah, right.
Grandma can handle that. She suffered through the Great Depression. She can suffer through anything.
Right.
She'll survive this, too. So, I don't know.
I'm so mad at my mother.
It's every custodian's worst nightmare, but nothing makes a party or the big game more festive than confetti, and it's made in the Bay State.
Is that for fact? I didn't realize that's where we made it.
The family-owned Seaman Paper Company,
paper.
Which makes it for the Super Bowl, is based in Gardner, Massachusetts. It starts as tissue paper, but has been shipped to California. It has to be shipped to California to be cut. Why? Do we not have knives here?
We don't have a large cutting facility here.
It is, if it isn't already obvious who they'll be rooting for Sunday, their office decor will make it clear. Lobby in our office and you see pictures of Brady. We've been making that confetti for 25 years now, so it was our claim to fame when we were winning every Super Bowl. Now Drake May's going to take us back. That's according to plant manager Dave Dexter, who also specializes in crimes, murders, and covers them up. He's also isn't that the same Dexter?
No. I don't believe that's the same guy.
No matter who
I don't think he's murdering people, wrapping up in cellophane and tossing them off the boat.
Their Lombardi-shaped confetti is going to rain down. It's shaped like the Lombardi trophy.
How cool is that?
Yeah. The only question relates to which color will Levi's Stadiums use. There are two different batches made with the colors of each team, but Seaman doesn't just make confetti for sports games. We do confetti not just for the Super Bowl, but for concerts. Taylor Swift comes to mind. I know we've done Coldplay, Green Day, many, many different venues and artists. While the Super Bowl isn't the biggest event to use for confetti, Siemens says it's most exciting. Siemens. That's why they're so good at tissue paper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now they blast these Siemens confetti bombs with like a confetti cannon.
Oh, yeah.
Like go off in your hands?
In your face sometimes.
Yeah, right.
You ever have Siemens confetti in your face?
I believe it or not, I believe I have. And what a mess.
I believe that's called jailhouse confetti.
You'll be finding remnants of that all over the cell for months.
While the Super Bowl isn't the biggest event to use its confetti, Siemens says it's the most exciting. All right. There's going to be Siemens all over the Super Bowl this weekend.
Some people really like that.
And we're going to have to decide which color it's going to be.
Might want to bring a broom.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool that, we got two companies here, at least two companies here in Massachusetts that contribute to the Super Bowl. You got Hazen Paper, who makes all of the Super Bowl programs, with the holographic prints and all that stuff on them. And now you got this company who's been doing this for, it's always weird finding out where things are made. And you didn't even know they were right here.
Right. There's a lot of things that are happening like right under your nose here in Western Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Stuff you didn't even realize was going on.
There was a place that closed years ago. It was a place in Russell called Texon Mills.
Okay.
All right. And I had no idea what they did there. I drove past it all the time, and I guess I didn't really read the sign. They made cellulose insoles for a lot of the shoes for different shoe manufacturers.
Really?
Yeah, worldwide, right there in Russell.
In Russell?
Yeah. Isn't that weird? Well, I mean, it's gone now. They moved the company, I think, to Germany or something.
They walk?
Oh, they walked. No, I don't think they walked. The company walked on the employees and left them high and dry.
Okay.
But it is always kind of weird that you see things that are made here right in your backyard that you had I didn't know they made these things. Isn't that kind of weird?
Well, this people don't realize that Western Mass is a dynamic section of the state. So much is going on here. We hardly ever pay attention to it. We take these things for granted.
And I had no idea we were pumping out Siemens confetti right here in the Bay State.
Yep, blasting it right in your face.
I thought that would have been based in Yarmouth or in Athol.
Right. Well,
no, it's in Gardner.
Yes.
Did you ever visit the Siemens satellite office in Yarmouth?
Is that right now next to the Camelot Inn?
I believe it's actually in the lobby of the Camelot Inn. Hey, it's our remote satellite Siemens factory right here in Yarmouth.
Wow, that's
you can go from our other satellite office in Athol straight to Yarmouth,
right,
and still get the same Siemens confetti
right
that you've been hoping for.
9 months later, you're going over the Bourne Bridge.
Oh yeah, I see what you did
what I did there. Yeah.
I don't know. You spent a weekend in Dennis. I didn't think that was possible. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sonic. We're idiots.
Well, I left Dennis and drove to Shirley instead.
All right. Right up the Hershey Highway up there?
No, that's why I had to take the Bourne Bridge.
Oh.
Surely need to be met.
It's going to be a high of 29. It's 4 degrees right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Yeah.
It's 7:51 with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
I just gave you the forecast. It's going to be cold.
Joe Bonamassa is coming to Springfield Symphony Hall on March 4th. We're going to have tickets to give away a little bit later on this morning. Make sure you're listening for that. Joe Bonamassa, great guitar player, very interesting fella, and your chance to win coming up before 9 o'clock today. I
was hoping Get the Let Out would be coming back, but not anytime soon.
No?
They were here last winter, and then I was going to go to the show, and then they canceled the show. They had to postpone it because one of the members got sick, and then they rescheduled it to the time I was on vacation, so I never got to go to the show. So I'd love to go to that because you never see the same show. They have different set lists.
Will they be playing Led Zeppelin music?
They are, but they play like the set is what 15 songs or I don't know whatever it is, 15 songs, but it's a different set every time they perform, and they might rotate it, but it's still a different performance. It's actually a very cool band to go see.
Yeah. They've been around for longer than actually Led Zeppelin was around.
Lot longer.
You think about that?
Yeah,
that's crazy, isn't it? Like a lot of tribute bands actually have been around longer than the bands they are, doing a tribute to.
Oh, you mean like the longevity of the band?
Yeah,
the cover band has lasted longer than the actual band lasted. Is that what you're saying?
Well, with less turnover of members.
Yeah,
because that's usually when things start falling apart in the band. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's very weird.
Tribute bands with more longevity.
Yeah, hey.
They never get sick of playing music of that one band. They just keep on playing that stuff, and they never get sick of it.
I saw a Bon Jovi cover band in Florida once. I think it was called Ron Jovi.
That's a good name for a cover band.
And this guy, while he could sing, his protruding beer belly sticking out of his leather outfit did not really quite encapsulate the essence of one John Bon Jovi.
I think it's very difficult when you are trying to do a tribute to a Bon Jovi to look like a Bon Jovi. None of us look and ever will look like a John Bon Jovi. None of us will ever be that remarkably handsome.
You might be able to sing as good as him, but you'll never be John Bon Jovi.
No, you're not even going to be close. And if that means you're, slightly portly or, have some sort of, physical, situation going on, hunchback, wooden leg, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Not going to fool anybody, but I got to tell you. You still could put on a hell of a show.
I was just told Indian Ranch, June 19th, get the let out.
There you go.
I ain't going out that way. Unless it's in Springfield.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's a drive, man. Central Massachusetts.
You can, come on.
Go there.
Yeah, but you'll go to Buffalo or Syracuse to hang out with Brian Plum and T.J. Miller.
Because I'm getting paid to do that.
Well, maybe there's something waiting for you at Indian Ranch.
I don't
Maybe
know.
like win a T-shirt or something.
I didn't see anybody driving from here to go see Steve Nagle at the Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, New York.
Their loss.
Yeah, big
Their
loss.
loss.
McDonald's. You know and love McDonald's. Are you celebrating Valentine's Day?
Of course. It's right next to our wedding anniversary.
Man, that's like a kid's birthday at Christmas.
Yes, it really is.
We can kill two birds with one stone.
We could celebrate once, or we could do it twice.
McDonald's is adding a touch of elegance to one of its best-selling items this Valentine's Day with a new McNugget Caviar Kit.
Go on.
The food chain announced a limited-time partnership with Paramount Caviar to bring McDonald's fans a premium product for free on February 10th, exclusively available online. To be known is to be loved, and we know our fans love pairing our crispy chicken McNuggets with their favorite caviar, McDonald's said in a press release. I don't think I've ever said, you know what would go good with this McNugget is fish eggs.
Yeah. Can I have an extra helping of McCaviar, please?
Inspired by this perfect match, we're dropping our first ever McNugget Caviar kits featuring premium berry sturgeon caviar on February 10th, exclusively available online. After all, nothing says I love you quite like a limited drop from McDonald's just in time for your Valentine's Day plans. Come on, honey. I got you geared up, ready to rock and roll, and make you hotter than this McNugget coming out of a deep fryer with a can of caviar to go with it. You like caviar in the can, honey?
Yeah, right.
It's the latest version of the popular high-low pairing trend, which first took over social media feeds with Simon Kim's Golden Nugget at COQODAQ, where a crispy golden chicken nugget gets topped with savory pearls of caviar. McDonald's version will utilize Paramount's caviar sturgeon caviar. Each kit includes a 1-ounce tin of McNugget caviar, a $25 arch card for chicken McNuggets, creme fraiche, and mother-of-pearl caviar spoon for serving.
I can see it now. I got an urgent for McDonald's sturgeon.
Mm-hmm. What makes this pairing so iconic? The crispy golden goodness of the signature McNuggets and the salty, savory black pearls of Paramount sturgeon caviar.
How sophisticated. It's about time we get around to that.
A limited supply of McNugget caviar kits will be released on Tuesday, February 10th at 11 a.m. exclusively at McNuggetCaviar.com. Kits will not be available for purchase in store. So you got to order it. Hopefully it gets to you by Valentine's Day, and then you can have a sweet, sexy night with chicken McNuggets and caviar.
Sounds pretty sassy, doesn't it, when you think about it?
I don't know if how is that a good pairing?
What are you talking about? Chicken? Sounds delicious. And I am sure that you've got a special someone in your life. Nothing says I love you like going through the McDonald's drive-thru and pairing it with some delicious caviar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That is how you make out with the chicks.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, look at the time. It's 7:58 on Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:12 and Thin Lizzy with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be chilly today. Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 29. It is 5 right now in downtown Springfield.
Scott Zolak will be joining us tomorrow. It's 5 o'clock in the morning in San Francisco. He's a little sleepy, so tomorrow we'll be talking to him about Super Bowl Sunday, and that's fine.
I feel like we should have known this.
I meant to text him yesterday, and I got caught up in a lot of other things. I didn't get around to it. So I texted him this morning thinking, well, maybe he's still operating on Eastern time, but I never heard anything. Just called him, woke him out of a sound sleep. I'm feeling terrible. I wanted to ask him all kinds of questions about the big game on Sunday.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to anyway because your computer screen is down.
Now it goes in and out now, and it's very aggravating. But that's been going on for like the last couple of weeks. Anyway, one of the questions I wanted to ask him, it was media day the other day. There were like two questions asked of Mike Vrabel. The first one was, "Is this a must-win game?" It's the freaking Super Bowl. Of course, it's a must-win game. I mean, it's a dumb ass question. The other, I don't know if it was a question, but yeah, he was asked, how badly do you want to win the Super Bowl? And the quote is, let's see. Okay. Apparently he was asked in a podcast, would he be willing to cut off his own penis to win a Super Bowl?
That was the question that was asked?
Yes.
By who?
Bussin' with the Boys. Host Taylor Lewin and Will Compton said he was ready to win and he would be willing to cut off his own penis. He actually said he would cut it in half.
Give half to the Seahawks and one half to the...
Well, his answer was, been married 20 years. Yeah, probably. You guys will be married for 20 years one day. You won't need it. He then went on to say, I'd probably cut it in half and leave her 6. That Mike Vrabel's incorrigible. But my point is this. How bad do you really want to win a Super Bowl? I'd like to win, but, not at the expense of my penis. I might have to use that someday.
What is this chant that people are doing? Gay for Grable? Have you heard this?
No, that's not
like
one.
They would go gay for Grable.
Vrabel?
Vrabel? Yeah, gray for Vrabel.
He's it's hard not to like the guy, on a lot of different levels.
People do the weirdest cult-like things.
Yes.
When it comes to something like that. Why would you even say that?
I don't really know. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Mike Vrabel's a damn fine looking man.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but
rapping young fella.
Where did that come from?
I don't really know, to be honest, Steve. I think when it comes to Super Bowl and football teams and our love of our favorite teams, I think some of us maybe, and I'm going on a limb here, go a little far with it. Like they take it. They take it to the edge, and then bulldoze their way past that edge. Like they don't care what faces them. They'll say it because they're fans.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would do that.
I don't know. I also don't know why you would ask a guy like Mike Vrabel, would you be willing to cut off your penis to win a Super Bowl?
Would you be willing to cut off your... That sounds like a Dave Coombs question.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Is Coombs covering the Super Bowl this year?
Would you be willing to cut off your pee-pee to win the game?
I had a buddy that did it to win the NBA, to win the NCAA bracket competition.
I once watched an entire Super Bowl in a hotel room with another man, and nothing else happened.
And we never took out knives.
And we ate flats and drums all night long. I prefer flats. He prefers drums. Yeah,
right. Of course.
What a weird thing. Speaking of food, for the Super Bowl, New England Patriots fans are prepping to be glued to their couch this Sunday for a Super Bowl LX. Yeah. That's 60 in Roman terms. The Super Bowl has a way of turning a regular Sunday into an all-day event packed with snacks, commercials, a halftime show by Bad Bunny, and obviously a Pats win. A recent study conducted by Casino.ca unveiled the most popular Super Bowl snacks and drinks. Based on Google Trends, including social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok, from February 3rd through February 9th, the most discussed snacks were revealed for each state. Overall, buffalo wings, beer, and buffalo chicken dip were the most popular. Gee, we needed a study would do that.
Was any government money spent on these things?
Probably. In Massachusetts, this was the same, except that most people search for wine instead of beer.
We do?
I guess.
Get out of here. That can't be true.
Oregon tied both buffalo wings and pizza, whereas West Virginia prefers chips. Yeah, because they're boring people down in West Virginia.
I got no problem with chips. I like chips.
I got a problem with the people of West Virginia.
Well, yeah, but
your boring choices.
But chips aren't. I mean, are dips involved?
I guess sometimes dips can be involved.
I like dip.
Buffalo wings, 29 states. Pizza, 14 states. Loaded potato skins. Chocolate chip cookies. As a dessert.
Yeah, but that's not your primary snack, no.
Wings and pizza and chips. Beer was the most popular. Wine has 18 states. Who's drinking? What are you?
Wine? Who's popping the cork on the Super Bowl unless you win?
Hey, babe, go get me a box of Franzia. When your ass comes back here, that thing better be tapped and in the fridge. And make sure you get that boxed wine for your showers, too.
You know, that's not, I mean, the Super Bowl is great. Don't get me wrong. I love the Super Bowl, but that's not the time to be cork sniffing.
Who's drinking boxed wine in the shower? Is anybody doing that?
Not me.
Somebody very, very, really into wine? You can't get enough of the Franzia? Dip ranking. Buffalo chicken dip is the most popular in 36 states. It is good. Yeah, it's really easy to make, too. You shred up the chicken, you throw it with some cheese and blue cheese. And
that's it, man. It doesn't take a whole lot. A little sour cream, and boom, you're ready to go.
Guacamole. 7 states that's popular.
I actually like guacamole quite a lot.
Salsa in 3 states.
That's exciting stuff.
7-layer dip is popular in 2 states.
You know, I will not eat dip unless there's at least 5 layers. You give me less than 5 layers, get your sweatshop dip out of my house.
I told you we had a dip party years ago with the unblessed communion wafers. And we had the...
right.
And we had 7 deadly layer sin dip we made.
7 deadly sin layer dip.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That kind of thing, and you eat it. Because it's the only thing that's going to make those wafers taste any good.
I had a buddy of mine that made like a taco dip.
Yeah.
That was so good. I can't remember how he did it, but it was like wicked good. And I would like plow right through the entire damn thing.
Did you ever have cowboy caviar?
I have had cowboy caviar.
Which is like the corn and the beans and all that stuff. It's so good. So good.
It's delicious.
Let's see. Favorite Super Bowl snacks by state. I'm not going to go through all 50 states, but we'll pick Connecticut, right?
Yep.
Buffalo wings, wine, and buffalo chicken dip are the 3 top things that Connecticut likes.
You know, I'm just going to say this. I mean, and it may be sacrilege for some people. I mean, I like buffalo wings. Don't get me wrong. But I prefer other kinds of wings. Like a dry rub wing. I like rubbing it dry. All kinds of dry.
It's the same for Massachusetts. Wine is the most popular.
Who cares? Wine. That's not what football. You know what? That's the non-football fans throwing off the curve.
Well, yeah, because they're Googling it.
Yeah, right.
As opposed to the regular the football watcher who's like, just get me a 6-pack of Old English 800.
I don't know that. Yeah, why not get a whole bunch of 40s out, like some King Cobra? Yeah, that's a good time right there.
Golden Anniversary or Black Label.
That's good.
Who doesn't like the taste of pine needles going down the back of their throat?
It tastes like a whole Christmas tree farm.
So mostly, beer in Michigan, Mississippi, wine. A lot of places with wine.
I don't get that. You know what? I think that's. Don't think that's wrong. I think that's the female audience infiltrating what regular dudes do on football day.
Let's throw off the statistics by Googling.
The curve has been affected by how many women will be watching the Super Bowl.
What kind of wine pairs best with a what are you gonna have? You're gonna have chicken fingers, right?
We're gonna get like Chinese food.
What kind of boxed wine pairs perfectly with a lo mein from a China Star?
Well, it's chicken lo mein, so obviously some sort of white wine would be best.
Well, I only get my highest lo mein from the Wong Wok, pairing it with a what's the Australian one that everybody drinks? What's the Australian one with the kangaroo on it?
I don't drink wine. I don't know.
You never seen that? What's what the hell's the name of that?
I don't know.
Wine with the kangaroos on it.
I don't know. Kangaroo wine? You're asking the wrong guy, dude.
I wish I remember. Somebody's shouting at their radio.
I'm sure that's true.
Yeah, but it's like what kind of wine pairs best with Chinese food? This is the things you're going to have to ask yourself. You have guests coming over. You might not drink, but what about your guests? You're going to need to serve them wine.
It's a BYOB as far as I'm concerned.
But they're already paying for the meal. You should provide the wine that goes along with
I will ask what they want to drink, and I will make sure that we are stocked with beverages. If they want some sort of boozy libation, I'll buy it for them. But I'm not, but I'm not just going to be playing guessing games.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm sick of listening to these people. Their suggestions.
As long as they're not saying the same thing of us.
No, they are.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's 8:24 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. 8:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
My new headphones are coming today.
You ordered new headphones?
Yeah, because I can only hear out of this ear for some reason.
Oh, really? I should start
I've had
speaking
these,
on this side of the room for you.
These are the longest ones I've had for these. I like these Sony headphones.
Yeah.
They're only $100. When I say only $100, it's pretty good compared to the amount of money that you can spend on, headphones, like Bose or whatever.
Or Beats. The most unbelievably overpriced headphone in the world.
Well, we can't do Bluetooth, though, right? They're not hardwired, are they? The Beats?
I think they are. Well, I don't think they
two
are.
Different versions,
yeah,
maybe?
Maybe.
Well, either way.
Not that anyone gives a frog's fat ass about our headphones, but, because we're moving, I have some headphones that are going to be sent back to the factory.
Yeah.
Because they got a lifetime warranty. And what they do is you send them back and a little bit of cash. They send you brand new headphones.
That's not really free.
No, but it's like a handling fee. It's when I'm talking about it's like $9 per pair, and they send you a replacement. But now I got to figure out. Well, I mean, do I have them sent here, there, home? What do you do? I don't know. I'm caught between a mystery.
By the way, all of my alcoholic friends have chimed in. The name of the wine was Yellowtail. Yellowtail.
Right.
Or as somebody described it, kangaroo piss.
That's very judgmental.
What?
Some people probably like that kind of wine.
Well, it's like, it's like in the pouch. The kangaroo's got the pouch.
Yeah.
Does he pick out the belly button lint and then throw it into the wine?
Yeah, what kind of wine pairs best with kangaroo hair?
I told you that once. My dad used to sit there at the dinner table after dinner and pick the lint out of his belly button.
Oh, my God.
It was so freaking disgusting.
I
why would you do that?
That's gross. At the table where people are eating their meals?
Well, because he was like pretending he was David Copperfield, on Budweiser, apparently. Like, look at this. How about, I can put a piece of cotton out of my belly button?
Ooh, look at this. I just pulled some belly button lint out of your ear. How it's like magic.
Look at this.
Amazing prestidigitation.
Yeah, he could pull belly button lint out of his belly button, and he could pull about 15 nips out from under the car seat. He was the David Blaine of northern New Jersey.
Such sleight of hand.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's 8:29. News is next on Rock 102.
Here's your Western.
8:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Naples Home Buyers. They buy homes as is and offer solutions to any problems. Naples Home Buyers. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Police arrested a suspect following a shot spotter activation in Holyoke, and 2 men later arrived at the hospital with gunshot wounds. The Holyoke police said that around 10:10 p.m. on Tuesday, do you know where your criminals are? Remember those PSAs?
Yeah.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? This is like, do you know where your criminals are now?
Yeah. Well, you got to keep track of them.
Officers were sent to the area of Northeast Street for a shot spotter activation. When officers arrived, they found evidence and arrested one suspect after a chase on foot. The suspect was charged with trespassing, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. His name hasn't been released due to the ongoing investigation. 2 men with gunshot wounds were dropped off at a local hospital with injuries. The victims did not disclose the location of the shooting. The Holyoke Police Criminal Investigation Bureau is investigating at this time. So, a little chilly out to be running from the police.
No kidding.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Where is this one? We're talking about the cold weather. People are referring to this as Alaska-chusets because it's so cold out.
Right.
Massachusetts residents may soon see relief from persistent freezing temperatures as weather patterns are expected to shift during the second half of February. Is it February or February?
It's actually February.
Really?
Yes.
The recent cold spell has seen daily highs struggle to rise above freezing, with overnight lows frequently dropping into the single digits or negatives. My comedy show on Saturday was canceled because of the extreme cold temperatures that are predicted for this weekend.
Was it like an open door facility?
No, I think the heat's just not working at the brewery. Which I don't know, or it's a winery. Yeah, all that wine's going to freeze.
Good point.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's hard to imagine, and the National Weather Service has recently said that that in the upcoming weeks and months, spring will be here.
Yeah, but
so take that for what it's worth.
Joseph Della Carpini, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service, explained that the jet stream acts as a conveyor belt for weather systems and temperatures. That it tends to get more, I would say, wavy, almost like you're kind of flipping a jump rope. He's got a different voice this hour.
Yeah, well, he's different.
Whenever we get one of these big dips in the jet stream, that's a piece of the polar vortex, so it's a piece of very cold Arctic air. This has obviously been very persistent this winter for several weeks. I learned that in meteorology school.
It's interesting how much that guy sounds like Mark from West Springfield.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
He was a guy from West Springfield.
Did he have a shirt on that said, "I shaved my balls for this"?
Yes.
Oh, really?
I believe he did.
The polar vortex is a permanent area of low pressure located at the North Pole. You know, where Santa lives. While it remains in the north during the summer, it's prone to moving south during the winter months when temperature contrasts are lower. Again, I spent 4 years in meteorology school to learn the difference between hot and cold. He noted that this phenomenon is responsible for the persistent cold in the region has experienced for several weeks. You know, in some parts of the country, they call this winter.
Yeah, well, you know, we've been calling it that for years, and one of the things that I've learned about winter is that at some point every year it tends to end.
Really?
Yeah, at some point.
When? March 21st?
About the time that spring rolls around.
Is that March 21st?
Yeah, about there.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say March 21st might be the end of what we call this winter. That's a better prediction than a groundhog.
And that's when spring happens.
I guess so. Huh. A man drowned in New Bedford Harbor after visiting a local, quote, adult establishment, according to authorities. 51-year-old Jason Vasquez, a New Bedford native, was pronounced dead after the New Bedford Police Marine Unit pulled his body from the harbor on January 31st. Vasquez worked on a vessel at the New Bedford Shipyard and Shoreline. Say that with your fingers in your mouth. The New Bedford Shipyard. You can't say it. So
no, you're right. I'd probably say something filthy.
According to authorities, Vasquez was last seen on January 28th after visiting an adult establishment. His boss reported him missing on January 30th when he failed to show up for work, and his vehicle was found in a parking lot at the Shipyard and Shoreline. The Marine unit found his body in the water a short distance from the vessel on which he worked. The Mass State Police and the New Bedford Police are investigating the drowning. Why is that significant that he was clearly at a strip club nearby?
Because he may
Have
been ship-faced.
Oh, look at you!
Thank you. I'll be here all week. $20 on a $20 dinner at a comedy show.
No.
I won't be there, but you can.
Oh man, we can't even handle that kind of comedy over at that venue.
Yeah,
Which is
well,
tonight, by the way, if you want to go to the $20 dinner. Listen, where are you going to get a meal for $20 and a comedy show?
And by the way, that room, I know for a fact, is temperature controlled and quite toasty.
It is. They have their own special heater in there that you can use to keep yourself warm.
Plus, there's all that hot comedy.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Is the hot comedy. That's how we warm the crowd. That's what they call warming the crowd.
Yes.
A man shot and killed in a shootout with police on Tuesday in Spencer has been identified. 35-year-old Patrick Madison was killed in exchange of gunfire with SWAT team members. At around 5 p.m. on Tuesday, Spencer police officers responded to a 911 call in the area of 20 Main Street. Officers found a gunshot victim at the scene. And about 12 minutes later, a person matching the description of the shooter was spotted around West Main Street. Officers approached the man, now identified as Madison. Madison pulled out a gun and fired at the officers. He then fled to a Family Dollar store at the shopping plaza on Route 9.
Well, they'll never find him there.
Well, he had a shootout with police from the Family Dollar. Now, had this occurred at a Dollar General, we would have had military presence there, and this would have ended much quicker than the standoff that ensued shortly after this man was holed up inside the Family Dollar.
A Family Dollar, you're putting families at risk.
Well, at least you got, maybe you got one of those, what do they call those people? An enabler?
Yes.
No, there's no problem going on here.
Yeah, no.
He's fine.
No, he's going to be fine. Don't worry. But if you bring him to Dollar General, maybe they got all kinds of artillery. Maybe they got a Panzer tank.
Listen,
bombs.
you meat maggot.
What's your major malfunction?
We're going to the family. We're going to infiltrate the Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree. We're taking them all over. It's the Dollar General. I always get the Dollar General mixed up with the General Car Insurance guy.
Yeah, right. I do. I kind of do too. I wonder if it was like the same thing.
I think. I think that's just one of those things that makes it sound more prominent. Like, oh, it's a military grade operation,
right?
The General Car Insurance.
So, like for example, the lower rates are dependent upon your rank in the military.
Yes.
Like a general will probably pay less than say like a private or even a corporal.
Yeah,
simply because he outranks everybody.
Well, it is based on your ranking.
Sure,
most of the time. Let's see. There's a lady. Where's this lady? A woman in Massachusetts is expected to be arraigned today after officials says she posed as a doctor and performed a cosmetic surgery on a woman that resulted in permanent damage to the victim.
I read this story. This is crazy.
34-year-old. Suffolk District. I'm sorry. According to Suffolk District Attorney Kevin Hayden, 34-year-old Dingrui Wang has been charged with 4 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and causing serious injury, and 1 count of kidnapping. She's also been charged with unauthorized practice of medicine and improper use of the title physician and receiving payment for a surgical procedure based on that misrepresentation. She was indicted on January 29th. According to the district attorney, she represented herself as a licensed physician and performed a double eyelid blepharoplasty on a 22-year-old in January of 2020. She did not hold a physician registration at the time of the surgery. She injected local anesthetic into the patient's eyelids during the surgery, along with non-FDA approved dermal fillers. This resulted in permanent scarring to the victim.
I mean, honestly, this is... First of all, okay, let's say you're getting this procedure done.
Yeah.
How much research did you do on this doctor before you agreed to have this done?
Well, and as much as these people are responsible for, causing harm to somebody, I do place a little bit of a blame on the person seeking out these procedures that you need them so bad that you're willing to go to Dr. Nick for the the surgery versus actually going to a professional who is licensed to do these types of procedures.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I can listen. If you need a procedure done, that's fine. But you got to look for a qualified professional. If you're going to somebody simply because you're doing it on the cheap, I got to tell you, if you're injecting something into my eyes or my business or whatever.
Listen, I can give you lip injections if you want.
Yeah, right. But my point is...
That's my nickname is the Shot Shop, too.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Uh-huh.
You got to do a little bit of research. I mean, I've seen enough episodes of Botched to know there's plenty of people who are doing this without any qualifications at all and ruining people's faces and bodies. So, I mean, is that worth it just to save a few bucks? No, not for me.
I know a lady who does these things out of her house. She's licensed. She's licensed to give these shots.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you really trust somebody that's...
I'm willing to accept that there are qualified professionals out there. But on the other hand, I've also seen a couple episodes of Botched where someone's getting like cement put into their faces.
Yeah.
And guess what happens? It ruins their faces to the point where there's nothing that can be done to save the face.
I don't know. If your exam room is the foyer of your home or a Best Western,
right,
you might want to rethink about the type of medical treatment that you are getting.
I mean, if you're getting a procedure done behind the dumpster in a parking lot, then maybe it's time to consider other options before signing any waivers.
You want to go if you're going to go to a hotel and get those procedures, make sure it's like a Hyatt. I mean, if they got money to spend on a high-priced room.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a Red Roof.
Right. You want to go to Red Roof Inn. Hey, where's your office? Well, I'm stuck at the Bel Air Motor Lodge on Route 5 in West Springfield. They just recently renovated the place. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
By the way, not that there's anything wrong with a Red Roof. I'm not trashing a Red Roof, but I mean, it's not like one of your 5-star hotels where medical procedures deserve to be.
Weren't you the same Dr. Shyster from the Econo Lodge last week? Oh, yeah, we moved offices.
Yeah, we needed to expand the operation.
We're now at the Red Roof.
We needed a place that offered concierge service and a continental breakfast.
We will also be at the Ramada down in South Windsor next week.
Yes.
It's the traveling doctor's office. What about the injections people are getting over at the Pines Hotel?
Those are different kinds.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean,
they have themed rooms over there,
and some of those injections can be permanent. Keep in mind, what you do with those injections could have long-lasting results.
Did you get your lips filled? No, that's just herpes. A really bad case of herpes.
I mean, I kind of theoretically got my lips filled, but but not entirely.
Define filled lips.
His name was Phil.
I know him.
You know my friend Phil McCracken.
Oh yeah, I know Phil McCracken. Fill me up. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 29. It is 10 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:54. And Nirvana with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 29. It is 10 right now in downtown Springfield.
So tomorrow we will have Scott Zolak around 9 o'clock or so because, there's a time difference between here and San Francisco. And he's already there waiting for the Super Bowl. So 9 o'clock tomorrow, and then also Open Line Friday.
Open Line Friday. We can do
that. Do all those things tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to be one humdinger of a broadcast.
That's right. That's right, Steve. That's how we planned it. That's how we've created it. It's going to be quite something to behold.
Humdinger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that phrase.
Did you realize, Steve, that Joe Bonamassa is coming to Springfield Symphony Hall on March 4th?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him? We've interviewed him.
Never heard of him.
Is he a young phenom when it comes to blues guitar? He's a heck of a talent. He's coming back to Springfield at Symphony Hall. It's a beautiful place to see a show, acoustically perfect, and every seat is a great seat. Anyway, the show is on March 4th. I believe Rock 102 wants to send you to the show. If you want to find out more details, go to rock102.com/concerts, or you can win a pair right now. 10th caller, 293-1021. You can go see Joe Bonamassa live at Springfield Symphony Hall.
Didn't Edie Gourmet sing a song about him?
No, I believe that would be Blame It on the Bossa Nova.
The Bonamassa.
Nope. The Bonamassa and Bossa Nova are two totally different things.
She was at a dance when he caught
Caught
her
my eye. Yeah, right.
Standing all alone, looking sad and shy, and they began to dance, swaying to and fro, and soon she'd never let him go. Blame it on the Bonamassa.
Nope. It's Bossa Nova.
The magic spell.
Yeah.
Blame it on the Bossa Nova. I can't even say it anymore.
Bossa Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, 10th caller, 293-1021.
Bombo Genesis. That's the other one.
Bombo Genesis. Yes.
That's
right.
where Genesis got mixed up with a bomb.
Nope. Nope. The only bomb I believe Genesis had were their last 3 albums.
Popolov's Bombo.
Is that a fact?
Yes, it does.
Does he listen to Bombo while he's pulling wads of belly button lint out of his gut?
No, he listens to Genesis. He's a big Phil Collins fan.
Sure he is.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't even know. This is like the portion of the show where I just give up, which is starting at 6 a.m.
It's slowly working its way towards 5:30.
Right.
It's 8:57. Good luck on Rock 102.